So, Curtis, I'm actually recording this time. That's pretty exciting.
Hey!
We can hear you now because I pressed the right buttons. That's exciting.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, you're playing with your new toys. There's bound to be some sort of growth that needs to happen. You'll never do that again. Because you've learned.
It's an important lesson. I'd like to say I'd never do it again, but I'm a bit of a fucking maniac under pressure. But we'll see how we go. But yeah, thank you to Rode Microphones. Got my new desk up and running finally. It's all sounding pretty good, and I'm feeling pretty positive about it, except for pressing the wrong button. In hindsight, no. Actually, you know what? It's imprinted in my brain. I'm not going to change that setting for future reference. I'm just going to accept that's the way it is now and move on with my life.
That's fair. No, like, here's the thing. We got to listen to our theme song twice. That pumps me up. It is exactly 2 a.m. I am fucking wired because I just listened to that fucking theme song again, and I'm excited.
He's now
I'm
double
ready to
pumped.
Talk about Best of the fucking Super Juniors, buddy.
If you thought he could get pumped once over, imagine double the pumped. That's what's happened. And pulling back the curtain because of changes in my old desk and things updating, Curtis hasn't been able to hear the Okada Shorts theme song live when we've been recording. So this is the first time he's heard it in a while. And he's fucking, I can see the mad, crazy look in his eyes. He's looking intense about it. And nothing gets him more pumped than Best of the Super Juniors 30. It's looking good. We've had some amazing nights. Let's just get the fuck into it. Now, Curtis, where are you up to? Have you seen both nights or?
I have not seen both nights. I went to watch night 2 this evening while I was just chilling at home with my wife. And unfortunately, because of that, or because I went to watch it late, I didn't watch it during the day. I was recording another episode of Throwing Dice podcast. What up, Grant? And
what up?
My fucking Amazon Fire Stick decided that it didn't want to show me New Japan World today.
What an absolute motherfuck that is. Also, though, now I'm thinking about it and my senses are a little bit about myself. Why, when I was messaging you at 5 a.m. my time going, I'm trying to get through this night too, man. I'm going to get it. I might need a half-hour sleep before we start. Did you not just go, I ain't seen it. Don't worry about it.
Because fuck you.
Exactly. Fuck me. That only just got, you knew I was dying. Why did you not put me out of my misery? I could have gone to sleep.
I was asleep. I'm sorry.
This motherfucker Curtis. People seeing behind the curtain now the realities of podcasting with someone from the other side of the world. I went to a 40th last night. This dude knows I finish at midnight. I cycle home. I watch half of Best of the Super Juniors night too because I don't want to be behind him. I then get up at 5 a.m. on like 2 hours sleep and I'm like trying to finish it. I'm like, I'm getting through Wano and Yo, man. Maybe we can just start a little bit later so I can fucking have a half hour nap. And he just goes, yeah, that's cool. Doesn't go, stop right now, sleep immediately. Like,
no. So what happened was I have had maybe 6 hours sleep in the last
sounds lovely.
Forever.
Oh, okay, forever.
Because I woke up Friday morning at 11 in the afternoon, and it is now Sunday morning my time at 2 a.m. I've had about 5.5 hours of sleep.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the reality for someone who works a night shift, right?
Yeah, that is the reality. Well,
you said that you were gonna try and watch in the morning while I was recording Throwing Dice. By the time I'd finished Throwing Dice, you were asleep.
That is
so
true.
I was like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch it. I couldn't watch it, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go to sleep. So when I woke,
in your mind, you thought I had already seen it. When you, okay, all right. I'll give you the pass because I was going to go, I'd be expecting that this motherfucker's going to wake up to watch it, so I need to text him and let him know that it is a lost cause.
Well, when I woke up at midnight and you said I need another hour of sleep, my immediate thought was, oh, so do I, and I went right back. I was
Yeah,
like, that's fine.
you weren't twigging the part where I'm like, I'm fucking halfway through fucking BOSJ and something. Like, I was like, I'm trying.
I apologize, man. I do plan to watch both night 2 and night 3. If my fucking Amazon Fire Stick doesn't want to get thrown in the fucking Thames, I'll be watching night 2 and 3 today.
Yeah, I could actually see here where I was like up to BOSJ and Despia. I'm absolutely exhausted though. Maybe we can push half an hour so I can like rest. And your message is not well spelled. Like your reply, it's like, yeah, we can push it. Like there isn't even the whole word there. And then I didn't hear from you for like another hour. So. It's okay.
Welcome to the Okada Shorts podcast, the king of shorts.
As Kirsten and I just fight it out over the fucking internet, you motherfucker. Anyway.
The International Wrestling Grand Prix. I am your good friend, Curtis Pierce. That's your bad friend, Rafe Houston.
So that may actually be reversed right now, because as you see, Curtis is the bad friend and I am the good friend. But
how many times we recorded this podcast where I'm like, did you watch that? And you're like, no, tell me about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the story. But that's not what we're going to do. I think, I could do that, but I think let's just focus on night 1. Let's just focus on night 1. It was the start of it. And to be honest, there was parts of this where I was not in focus anyway, because I was so exhausted and I was really counting on you to carry it. So since you're not going to be doing that, let's not even talk about it. Let's just talk about night 1, because I did really enjoy that. And I think you did too. And I think people will enjoy us talking about stuff we can actually remember.
Absolutely. I'm down. Let's just talk about night 1, the opening, and this was free for everyone. It's on New Japan World. You can go back and watch it. If you are listening to this show and you don't subscribe to New Japan World,
what you doing?
Question mark. My mom, maybe. Mom, you go watch this.
She's out of line.
My mom likes to listen to our show. She's like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I like to hear your voice.
Why don't you just give her your login? Get her on there for free. What up, Curtis's mum? Have a listen.
Yeah.
Have a watch and go, why are you guys talking about these ripped dudes hugging each other all the time? Well, because it's awesome. Get in there.
Because it's rad. Yeah. It's great. Mm-hmm. Please watch it.
Exactly. Do it.
So the Best of the Super Juniors 30 kicked off, and we did our, not predictions, we did our best case scenario, worst case scenario last time you heard us. Uh-huh. I think that was, you went for the fences on that one, which was pretty wild, but I like it.
It's probably a mistake, but that's fine. It's not the point of best case, worst case, is it?
Not what you think's going to happen. It's what you want to see happen, right?
Exactly.
So they open up with the Jet Kevin Knight versus Clarku. No longer the Wild Rhino. No, sir. No more of these.
No. Which I think is a missed opportunity. Maybe saving it for a face thing, but I feel like a couple of these could be done with 2 sweets and that would still work.
Maybe. But yeah, 100 proof Clark Connors. Mm-hmm. And he wins after 9 minutes and 20 seconds with the no chaser. Straight no chaser, 100 proof Clark Connors. I fucking love this match. I thought this was a perfect way to kick off the BOSJ 30.
Absolutely. And it was echoes of Finlay and Tama as well. Like that new Savage era Bullet Club, no bullshit, here to hurt people kind of thing. I really liked it.
How about Clarku coming out with Ghetto? Like that's gotta be a thing.
That is a thing. And Ghetto being like, show me the no chaser. He wanted it.
I love it because the Ghetto only comes out with stars, right? He only comes out with Okada. He only comes out with Jay White. Yeah. And now he's coming out with Finlay and Clark. Yeah. Like maybe there's some sort of Clark's the right-hand man for David Finlay. Yeah. You know?
It feels like that. What did you think of the no chaser? Because after all the yelling from Ghetto and everything like that, I was like, what is this fucking new finisher gonna be? Is it gonna be mental? And it kind of wasn't really mental. It was just sort of like a brain buster type thing, right?
Elevated DDT.
Yeah, it was just kind of like over real fast. And I was like, I wanted something a little bit more flashy, I thought.
Yeah, I think the spear is probably too it's too much of like a big fan move. Like fans like to see the spear.
Yeah.
I've never been a spear guy myself, but like I mean, which is funny considering my last name. But um yeah, no, when you're gearing up for the spear and the fans are chanting and stuff like that, like I can see why they wanted to change
Also,
that.
I think it's probably pretty clear that Yoda Tsuji gonna be using that in like a big way. And so they were probably like, sorry, Clarku, we're giving you a lot right now, but you're gonna have to cut that bad boy.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
He probably just
Clark
had to
Connors.
they're like, it's called the No Chaser and you need to invent it now. He's like,
Now.
like, fuck, I
Figure
don't
it
know.
out. He goes,
He's
it's
like,
a
I'll change it later.
elevated DDT?
Maybe.
Okay.
Elevated suplex? Drop suplex? I don't know. Either way. Fucking whatever.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It looked impactful.
It's all about the intention. And it was like over.
Kevin Knight's so fucking great.
He is.
Give Kevin Knight every fucking belt. I love that guy.
Yeah. He carries it well. He carries that like junior tag championship like it's the fucking
I love it.
The world
I love he comes out. He's got his glasses on. He's got his belt on upside down so that when he looks down at his waist, he sees the belt.
Oh, does he? I didn't even notice that.
I fucking loved it. I loved it. He looks down and he like looks at the belt. I was like, this is fucking great.
Oh, so was he like making note of that? Like I've done this on purpose kind of thing?
I think so. I think so. He did tweet something about like, sorry, I put my belt on when I had my glasses on already or something like that. I loved it. I thought he did it on purpose, and I thought that's exactly what it was.
He should have just played it like he is. He's like, it's my title. I want to see it every time I walk out the thing. That's what he should have been saying.
Yeah. It reminds me. So my wife's a tattoo artist. I don't know if everybody knows that, but like she always makes fun of people coming in. No one specifically. She doesn't mention any names, but people who come in and want their tattoo like upside down. You know, like I want this cross upside down so that I can see it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Satan. You know, like your tattoo is upside down.
Yeah.
Like, how's your arm gonna look all the time? Like 99% of the time, you're gonna be hanging your arm down. The cross that you've got on your wrist is gonna be upside down.
All the Jesus is flowing straight out. It's just pouring onto the ground.
It's gonna pour all over everywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like Lucifer wants it. Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Was that in with oh fuck, what was the name? The Omen. The song from The Omen. I fucking love that song. Every time. Anyway.
Just like that.
Beelzebub. Oh yeah, the desk. New desk does new things.
Yeah. Sorry. Listen to Drop Your Shorts this week to hear me go through all the stupid voices that my new desk can do.
So, Clarku beats Kevin Knight.
Beats that ass within an inch of his life.
Him down like 6-7 chair shots afterwards.
He was the right guy too, because obviously they trained together and shit like that. So he was making a statement that he was well and truly severed from LA Dojo and that entire squad.
It's true. We didn't talk about the video, the 100 proof Clarku Connors video.
Yeah, have people watched that? People should go watch that. Check out his Twitter. It was like dark, right? It was like quite sort of creepy and unsettling, and it's got Clarku coming out of his house, and he's sort of like it's like really quiet, and it constantly has him like sort of thinking about humiliating shit that's happened to him, you know, in his entire career, you know, thinking about fucking being that short-haired guy doing millions of drills as Shibata just fucking whistles at him and shit like that, and then thinking about the dumb shit with Taguchi, and he's just more and more pissed off, and he chucks his bag in his car, and he gets in it and drives out to the middle of the desert, and it's like really quiet and unsettling, and he's like building a fire, and he's like thinking about all these things that have gone, and he's like chopping wood, and it's sort of ominous, like he's fucking murdering somebody or something. And then he's like throwing, I guess, mementos into the fire, you know, like his fucking red jocks and his rhino necklace and like a bunch of shit, and just like burning it all. And then he's like, you know, drinking the whole time, and then he like puts the bottle down or whatever, and it's like says 100 proof, and his vest has changed. It said Bullet Club, but he's torn it off or whatever, and it says 100 proof Clark Connors. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it got me really fucking amped.
Yeah.
got me really amped to watch Clark. This new savage, angry Clark makes me very happy. I love this.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's absolutely cool. And yeah, he was the right dude to go as well. And you haven't seen the second night, but I will say that he's just as aggressive the second night as well.
Oh, is that the baby? It's dog time. It's dog time on.
It's just having a little cry. What's the matter?
Dog time on the Okada Shorts program. We're going to talk to Mochi here. Poor Mochi is becoming a young woman.
Yeah, she's going through it right now, so she's quite sad.
Poor thing.
Oh, well, keep talking.
She needs
it's
love.
fine. She will. Okay. She has love. She's more than she can handle. She'll be okay. Trust me.
So, we've got Clark Connors beating down one half of the junior tag team champions, and afterwards, Kushida was chasing Clark and Geto around with a chair. Kushida was fucking lit. Mm-hmm. So here we go. Kevin Knight and Kushida versus Clark Connors and Taiji Ishimori, maybe, for the junior titles?
What about a new recruit?
Ooh.
As we said,
give it to me.
Well, we said on the last one that in the American shows, old mates, David Finlay and Clark Connors were watching Gabe Kidd's match. So what if they brought in Gabe Kidd as a tag partner? I mean, he's not technically. I mean, he's pretty big. I don't know if they'd count him as a junior.
I don't know if he'd be a junior.
Yeah, I know. I guess Taiji Ishimori. I just don't really want it because I don't care about him. But like, yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, what if they show off, new savage Taiji Ishimori?
Well, then maybe I'm interested.
Yeah.
We will see. But yeah, it seems pretty clear that our boys. What are they called? The jet streamers? Is that what it is? Intergalactic jet streamers?
Jet setters.
Jet setters are going to be like racking up challenges in this.
I definitely think so. Yeah. Kevin Knight, like as amazing and talented as he is, he is still very early in his career. So he's probably going to catch a couple L's, and that's going to set up some really cool challenges along the way, and I'm really excited to see what they got. So yeah, I'm looking at Clarku and maybe Taiji Ishimori, the 100 proof soldiers, or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Surely they'll figure it out. They'll workshop it.
They'll come up with some sort of New Japan name for it.
The Boost Soldiers.
Boost Soldiers.
I terrible.
Love it.
It's terrible.
Speaking of, the next match was Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori beating super serious, very, very serious Ryusuke Taguchi.
I love
in
this.
3 minutes and 54 seconds.
Fucking loved it.
No ass nanigans. No pulling down his fucking trunks and showing everyone his bum cheeks.
Mm-mm. Serious.
Just wrestled.
And you know what? The crowd loved it. It was like this is the first best of the Super Juniors, with crowds in quite some time. But then also it just shows how much like the fans love Taguchi, because he's ridiculous and stuff and they have a laugh on that. The moment he showed any fire, they were just fucking about it. He comes in the ring and, he's sort of an awkward looking dude. And then the moment he just drop kicks him in the face, the place exploded. And then he went hard. He kicked the fuck out of Bone Soldier for like the entire thing. And then Bone Soldier just manages to tap him out, and he's got a look on his face like, what the fuck just happened? Like, he's like, how did I survive this? And who the fuck is this guy? Like, he just looks so scared. Like, I can't believe I managed to survive this fucking ass whooping that just happened to me. I thought I was in for a jokey, stupid time, and I just copped it.
Yeah, and it was only 3 minutes and 54 seconds. So, like, even if you're not super about Ryusuke Taguchi, you're not super about Taiji Ishimori, and 4 minutes, there you go.
And it was great.
Cool.
Yeah,
you got up,
really good.
You took a leak, and you came back, and it was over.
Yeah, I think if he continues on this this trend, I think we'll see some upsets from Taguchi as he picks up steam like throughout this contest, and I think the crowd would really be about it because him as a dark horse in this.
Well, it's only ever like fucking one time a year that he really goes full tilt.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, let him go fucking crazy.
Let's go.
This might be one of his last ones.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's 18 straight, 20 total. Like, dude's been wrestling a while, and he doesn't go full tilt boogie like we said. He doesn't do it, all the time. So he's extended his career that way. But maybe he's transitioning into more of a dad status role. He's training the young ones and things like that, showing them the way of the bum style. And I maybe he's doing this specifically to stand out on one of his last BOSJs.
Yeah, I felt like physically as well. Like, I don't know, like maybe like upper body, like shoulders and stuff. He was looking like a bit more put together than he normally is. So maybe he's been training for this. Maybe he's been planning like this one might be my last one, or probably will be my last one. So I'm going to make sure I put in a performance.
Yeah, I hope he does. Like really puts in a really good showing of it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm looking at him right now and like some pictures from the event, and yeah, there's a real nice picture of him right here. He doesn't look like out of shape or anything like that. He still looks dad status, but like he's got like some toned upper body. He's looking like he doesn't have his gut.
Yeah, his like
normal
shoulder and thing. Yeah, you know how he normally like they do the quasi or whatever it's called, and he's always like sticking out his gut and being stupid and stuff. He wasn't really looking like that at all, and his like shoulders and neck and stuff like that were looking a bit more defined. So maybe he was like training for it.
And he's like got a nice haircut and stuff like that. He doesn't really look like your math teacher right now. Like he looks like fiery. I dig it.
Yeah, he's killing it. And I obviously have seen the second night, as we documented at the start of the show, but he shows just as much as fire, just as much fire in the next one.
Right on. Well, let's go into the third match of the Super Juniors. Third match of the Super Juniors.
Match.
Bushi losing to my motherfucker Drilla, Dan Maloney, with the Drilla Killer. Like, I don't think that he did super enough to stand out a lot in this match. He showed off his power a bit. He showed off the fucking shotgun chops that he can throw. But I don't think he was really showing the power as much in here as he, like, I don't know if Bushi was like, yeah, dude, throw me around the ring. Bushi was like, don't worry about it, dog. We're just going to have a match.
He's like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a millionaire and I don't terribly care about this. So let's just get this out and I need to go home. And Drilla's like, great.
Drilla's like,
I think as well, he's obviously like finding his way in this new character and new stable and all those things as well. Because there's a few times he was like, throwing up the United Empire crown and stuff like that. But I found myself going, he needs to commit to that a little bit more. He'd like kind of just like do it and then on to the next thing. Like, I personally think there's nothing wrong with like taking the time to like really mean it. Think like Mark Davis when he's like, and like slowly like holds up the crown and his tongue's out like when he's trying to pin somebody and things like that, and like means it, like, and he just, drill a bit like, yeah, and then like on to the next thing. And so I think he's probably just finding that. I will say that he came into that press conference looking like the toughest guy from Greece, and I appreciated that. Yeah. Like, I was like, he's part Grease Lightning out the front and just rolled straight into this thing, eh?
Came out in his fucking tank top and like his hair slicked back. He looked
Can
like
Nikki be looking at him like, yo, we don't need any trouble with this guy, man? Like that sort of thing.
Dude. Yeah, he's got his fucking tattoos and shit, and he's just like, I'm fucking ready, son. Yeah. Let's fucking go.
We could either wrestle right now, or I could beat you at Thunder Road, and I could beat you in a drag race. Like
he looked like a Spider Rico, like he's like fucking
I loved it. I was
Billy
like
boxer. I fucking loved it.
It just came up on Amy's phone. We were looking through it the other day, and it came up with the anniversary of Clarko last year, where it's like, would you rather slay every day, or would you rather slay so hard that slaying loses all meaning and it's him like in the white, And I was like, this year that was Maloney. he was He was slaying
Maloney got up, fucking GTL, like fucking Jersey Shore, Gym Tan Laundry.
Yeah.
Went directly.
Cams are here, and he's just fucking straight into the press conference. There was a funny photo of our boy Bob as well. I don't know why it had this filter on it. I think he shared it, but you know, he had a cool suit on. He had this like kind of much. He had this like brown sort of checkered sort of suit. He was looking real cool, but whatever filter they had used on it, he's at the podium talking, and it's just like a photo. And with that backdrop behind it and the filter that was on it, it looked like he was hosting some kind of old-timey game show. I was like, why have they put this kind of like sepia filter on this? Because it looks like it's like, come on down, like starring Robbie Eagles. I don't know why they did that.
Oh, it's Robbie Eagles hosting Bowling for Bandanas.
That's kind of what it looked like. I was like, he fucking looks great, but this filter makes it look like it's fucking old-timey. I don't know what's going on.
I love that, dude. Like,
the price is wrong, bitch.
I only watched a little bit of the press conference. I don't normally. I do a little bit of Joan Rivers on the like the outfits and stuff like that. But
I love that.
I don't watch a lot of the interviews and things like that. The press conferences. What I do love is watching the reactions of the other wrestlers when people get up and start cutting promos.
Yeah,
that is fun. That's very fun.
Yeah, on this one, like for A Block, you could just see Mike Bailey smiling his head off behind everybody, just like, this is fucking great that I'm here. Like, just so stoked.
Yay! I love Speedball. That guy, he's just every like Canon Films like good guy, like fucking American Ninja starring Mike Bailey.
Who was it? Chris Charlton was saying about what he said at the press conference, and it wasn't exact wording that Mike Bailey used, but it was funny. He was just like, the sum of it is like, I'm so grateful to be here. This is great. Everybody here is so awesome, and I, for one, can't wait to kill every single one of these people one by one until I win it. It's going to be awesome. Like, is basically what he said. It's not the actual words he used. Like, you know, he was much more pleasant, but essentially the message was like, I'm going to have a great time destroying you all one by one. This is going to be just
beautiful smile the whole way.
Yeah.
Flowing hair. Like, hi guys, I can't wait to kick your face into the third row.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he comes out and he wears that mouth guard that also looks like teeth. Amy saw him for the first time. She's like, who is this fucking menace? What are those teeth? And I'm like, I think it's a mouth guard. Just like, I'm not convinced. Like, but yeah, he was really good.
Pearlies, bro.
What's that? Yeah, he does have a set of pearlies. I think his upside in New Japan is probably pretty huge. I didn't realize he spoke Japanese as well. Like,
dude, he came out and cut his fucking winning. Well, we'll talk about it in a second. He cut that promo in 4 different languages.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
dude, he's a wonder.
Yeah,
he's an absolute wonder.
It's amazing. And I do like the Kevin Kelly on commentary has sort of been touching on the idea that maybe he's not everything he seems as well. Like when him and Hiromu were getting counted out and Speedball like went back in, he's like, why didn't he push Hiromu back in? Doesn't he want to win this that way? And he's like, oh, he was probably just trying to get in. He's like, I don't know, it seems a bit ingenuous to me, like disingenuous to me.
No, yeah, like that's the thing is like, it's got an air of like one of those bad guys from like a movie where you are like a Mysterio from Spider-Man or
friendly
Homelander.
Yeah.
Homelander from The Boys. Yeah. Where he's just like, he's like, hi everyone, I'm a hero. Get the fuck away from me before I murder you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you're like, which is he? And so yeah, that's pretty dope.
I'm down. I love it. I'm very sad that Veda Scott didn't come with him. I would have liked to have Veda on commentary for Mike Bailey matches. That would have been rad. I'm a big Veda Scott mark, so
yeah, she's good on comms.
And she's great. I've got a Veda Scott like t-shirt that I bought fucking back in like 2010 and like buried in my closet somewhere. I fucking love her, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. They're a good act when they're together. They were both on the last the Unexpected show that the Struggles put on, and she was on comms and he wrestled. And yeah, really good. I haven't seen heaps of Mike Bailey, but I got to say that match with Hiromu, and then the next match as well. He was really good.
We'll get to.
So I'm interested. We're not going to talk about that, but what I've seen from him, I've quite liked, despite the lack of shoes.
Despite the lack of shoes,
yeah,
the Venn diagram of shoes to good match. They don't talk. No. They don't touch at all.
No.
There's no crossover.
No,
okay.
I feel like they're very entwined. Actually, I feel like the amount of shoe to amount of good matches needs to be very close. Because for me, because if there isn't any, it's hard for me to be involved.
But how would he get the crisp crack of a kick if he doesn't?
This is true. I understand all the reasons why he doesn't. I'm just saying it freaks me out. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. I always wonder, like, if he's going to, like, when he does a backflip or something and he lands like in a superhero position, a superhero landing,
a toe goes the wrong way.
I would smack a toe like real bad and just break the whole fucking thing. Just break it right off.
It just comes straight off. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next match, Kushida versus Doki. Doki wins after 8 minutes and 32 seconds with the Jorge Rivera special. Yes, bro.
Yeah. Doki's getting it. He's getting it.
Get it, Doki. Get it.
Yeah,
so now we've got Doki or Doki getting a win over Kushida. So could we see Doki Uncle Nobu versus the Jet Setters for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight belt?
We well could, and this is what we're talking about. These are the challenges that are going to start to rack up, not only for Jet Setters, but also for Hiromu as well. Like any loss he takes, obviously he's listing challenges up as well.
Dude, I'm so like. How are we sitting here in the year of our Lord 2023, the year of our Lord Jesus Christ? J-Town, what up, J-Town?
Stay prayed up.
And we're sitting here talking about how many great challenges they already have lined up for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team belts.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
They're doing it right.
I love it.
Yeah.
The New Japan, the tag team company. Yeah.
And it's cool as well because you put it on, you flip it to like the new team. So everybody was like, oh, I thought United Empire would, have a real long reign, blah, blah. And they had a real long reign.
They did.
But by flipping it to these guys for this tournament, it can rack up a ton of challenges, including United Empire themselves, and really get things cooking with those belts. Whereas maybe, and especially with somebody like Kevin Knight, that probably isn't going to rack up a heap of wins. Whereas if you put it, like you keep it on TJP and on Akira, they're probably going to be a bit more protected in the tournament, So it's, yeah, exactly right. I think it was a good move. And like seeing the pride of having the belt with fucking, Kevin Knight, and also gives Kushida that credibility that people expect. I think it was a fun move.
Yeah, what did you think of this match? Like, as far as I know you're kind of iffy on Kushida, but you like Doki. Like, did you see anything special from Kushida here? Did you see any flashes of that brilliance that we're always talking about?
Look, I always see it physically. I just don't really connect to him heaps. You know what I mean? Like, as a character or somebody that I'm invested in any way. I do like his gear. I like the Mattel hoverboard shit, like on his thing. But that said, he has also been this character for as long as I've seen him, which is quite a while. I've been watching New Japan now, and he's always sort of been the same. So I'd like to see some growth from him. That said, though, I think we're going to start to see that in this tournament, because you did see some kind of cuntiness from him in this match. You know what I mean?
He was playing heel against Doki.
He was playing heel against Doki, and he's a bit of a prick in his next one as well. You know what I mean? So there's this element of like, okay, there's a little bit of grit on him, but Kevin Knight is this, babyface as babyface gets. So I wonder how that develops as well, like their relationship, because he's like, oh, Kushida-san, he's helping me, we're doing all this, but maybe Kevin doesn't like the way that Kushida starts to act in their matches and things like that. So, you know, you can create turmoil and lead to something there as well. So, yeah, I think it's good. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'll say that.
Yeah, I can see it, and I wonder if maybe it would benefit Kevin Knight to get a little bit of edge, you know, or if it would lead to a split down the road. I mean, like that's kind of always where the
most
idea
tag
they
teams
have this,
lead.
yeah,
but it's a proven thing that works. You know what I mean? Like that's why those sort of tag teams are formed impromptually and stuff to inevitably probably lead to the breakup, which leads to, you know, that drama. That's wrestling.
Yeah.
and
I mean, no tag team's going to stay together forever except for maybe FTR, you know, like,
yeah, exactly.
It's just going to be
the more established dudes, you know, but those ones are usually created in order to be a vehicle for that. And, you know, maybe Kevin Knight doesn't approve of that, like Edge, and he can sort of develop his own grit through, you know, essentially being hurt by betrayal and stuff like that, you know, not so much like I'm now going to be a bad boy or whatever, more like I've seen some shit now. And now I'm, you know, a bit harder about stuff.
Next match was Master Wato and Francesco Akira. 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Master Wato wins with the Recientemente dos.
I still love this finisher.
That fucking super cool finisher thing that he does, that finisher slam.
Yeah, I love that move. That move is sick. That's the best thing about Wato is that move.
Yeah, so fucking cool. Fucking Wrestle Kingdom, when he was just nailing everybody with it, was my absolute favorite moment from Wato's history.
Yeah, exactly. They still do his.
This was a great.
So dirty with all his pictures though, like when they bring up the graphics and shit like that. The worst picture. Like you see him come out and he's wearing the suit and everything. You're like, okay, Wato's looking pretty cool. Then they show up the graphic and you're like, oh no, don't do it to him.
Yep. Poor guy. I mean, like you could take any of these pictures of like from the match, and he looks yoked. He's, you know, got his hair flying around. Like he's a beautiful white meat baby face doing his fucking thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see that picture of him every time, and it's like 30 minutes time limit, fucking Master Wato versus Francesco, and he pops up looking like the fucking Gerber baby.
That's exactly what they do. It's so brutal.
Deal with it, man. I can't fucking deal with it. Francesco Akira was phenomenal in this match. He and Wato were going super fast, and I think it was really cool to see that, like, Francesco Akira's high flying style versus Wato's like lucha libre inspired style. I think Wato's just he's really starting to nail it. Since the crowds have come back, he's feeling more like a complete package now. He's getting there. It sucks that it's taken him, you know, 2.5 years of, you know, wondering what to do. You know, I think when he's got a crowd to work from, he knows how to build a match better. And when there's no crowd, he feels lost. Like he was the dude that had the biggest connection. Hirai Kawato, the young lion, like had a huge connection with the audience, and then he comes back and they're all fucking dead quiet, and he just didn't know what to fucking do. And the crowds in Mexico are fucking nuts, right? So like he knew what to do there.
Yeah. And I mean, they brought him back in COVID, right? Like fucking, he was already like on an uphill battle in COVID, and then they slap him with this Way of the Grandmaster shit, and he's fucking got the worst gear you've ever seen, and he's already nervous, and it just like all falls to pieces, you know? But he's getting there. He's getting there. Do you think we're going to, do you think he's going to go deep in this tournament? Could you see him as a finalist?
I could see him as a finalist, and we'll talk about that in a second, because the semifinals are going to be a little bit weird, and it could lead to some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So next match was Lio Rush beating Sho in 4 minutes and 20 seconds with the final hour after a whole bunch of fucking wild House of Torture bullshit, and it got the crowd fucking going.
Yeah,
I
he was
loved it.
fucking going high. And, it was sort of surprising that they took that way because in the press conference, Leo was playing real fucking bad boy. Like, he was like, everybody thinks this fucking shit's a joke. Look at this motherfucker right here. Look at it, Taguchi. Ha, ha, ha. And he goes through them one by one, and he's just like, I'm going to kick the fuck out of this dude, Hiromu. You're a fucking joke, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, I'm just going to destroy everybody. And he's like so serious. And then they bring him into this, and it was almost heelish. Like, everybody needs to watch out. And this, they put him in give him that big face energy. But he's so good at that. And yeah, he just overcomes all the bullshit. I was a little bit disappointed in that I was kind of hoping we would see what we're seeing from Taguchi from Show a bit. Like, hey, I'm fighting down the middle, and we would start to see some, shit from Show. He comes out with his Goro jacket, and I was like, okay, this could be some development. He's going to be
fucking wild day.
Yeah, it's weird, right? But I was like, he's going to be fucking stretching dudes. This is going to be sick. But obviously, it was immediate bullshit. But at least he's got fucking Evil backing him up, and not the other jokers,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe as we go deeper into the tournament, like you might see a couple of those, because like he comes out and he says he's going to wrestle clean and stuff like that, and then of course Evil comes out and beats the holy shit out of Leo Rush beforehand, and then shows like, now I'm going to wrestle clean.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But also still has the wrench and everything as well.
Yeah. Maybe somewhere in this tournament, like down the line, you will see Show like have a clean match, and people are going to be like, holy shit. Like,
yeah,
I forgot that Show can fucking go.
Or maybe there's the kind of thing where he's like, yo, Evil been trying to help me every time, and I just keep fucking losing. So maybe this ain't working, and maybe I need to fuck him off and do something, and there could be something there. I mean, I think that's inevitably where Show's story goes, is that like, I fucking joined these jokers because I was so desperate to win and do anything, but it's majorly backfiring. But when that will be, if that's in this tournament, there's no way to know.
And maybe all that's bullshit, and we're just going to get more House of Torture.
Well, I mean, we probably will. Probably for quite some time, to be fair.
Okay, next match. Rabuto Veracruz La Hoya Aguilar, Robbie Eagles, my friend, your hero. Robbie Eagles beats Yo in 13 minutes and 6 seconds with Trigger. I fucking love this match. I thought Yo was fantastic. He came out wearing some sort of weird mini skirt jorts thing.
Yeah. Did you notice what his jacket was made of?
Wasn't it all denim?
All denim pockets. You know how much he likes a fucking pocket.
Oh, no.
That's a rewind all the way back to those people who've been listening to Okada's shorts since we fucking been talking about Best of the Super Juniors. He had that like snowboarding jacket with 100 pockets on it, and now he's made a denim jacket exclusively sewn together from pockets.
Can I ask you a question? Did you notice how much his, oh my God, I'm looking at it. You're fucking right. You're fucking right.
I am right.
How much did his gear look like Konosuke Takeshita?
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he definitely
had that gear,
vibe.
like with the armbands and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
This poor guy's never going to find his own flow, is he?
He was doing good though. Like, I've been enjoying. I'm still. I mean, this was awesome. Robbie said it's going to be awesome, and I like their interplay between each other. I even preferred his gear and stuff now. I thought that was cool. But there's still a little something missing. But he's narrowing in on it. He's pretty good at being a prick. I'll say that.
Yeah. The match was great. I thought that he showed a lot of fire in this match. And I wonder if that was maybe him like teaming up with Leo Rush. Like he's seeing how to be fiery and stuff like that. I really thought that he showed a lot of emotion in this, and that really got me into it.
Yeah.
Again, Robbie, I think, so I still have this theory, and I know if I've explained it a couple of times, I'll do it again, that Robbie's like a villain in a video game, and the bandanas, like you have to knock off all his bandanas before you can pin him.
Yeah.
Right. So he comes out and like Yo was only able to get one bandana off. So
Forget
Yo was
about it.
never going to win.
No, it's not going to happen.
No, you gotta knock off the one he's wearing on his forehead. You gotta knock off the one he's wearing around his neck.
The neckerchief needs to be
But
gone.
so if I were Robbie, I'd come out wearing a million bandanas. Unbeatable.
It's like a full
one
armor
around
suit.
each,
yeah,
one around each wrist, a belt made of bandanas. The more bandanas, the more power.
Well, see,
Robbie Eagles.
You're flashing back to Sakura Genesis. You'll notice that Hiromu got off all the bandanas in that match, which is why he managed to beat him.
That's true.
Robbie was fucking phenomenal in this, though, man. All his targeting, like this was the sniper fucking at his best. At the end, where fucking Yo's got him lined up and he's like, I'm going to hit this thrust kick, bitch. And Robbie just fucking drop kicks him in the fucking, kicks him in the knee.
In the plant leg?
Yeah, fucking drops him like a sack of shit. Hits the knee. And I was like, oh, he's absolutely going to tap him out now. But he just fucking straight up kicks him in the head and knocks him out. It was fucking awesome.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
Dude, Robbie don't miss.
No, he's the fucking best, man. He is the best. So everybody needs to fucking realize. Did you check out while we're just on a Robbie?
So hard for that.
Before we fucking continue on our fucking Robbie rant, did you check out Robbie versus Claudio, Ring of Honor TV, Ring of Honor title match? What did you think?
I'm a big Claudio mark from way back in the day, original ROH. Fucking Claudio Castagnoli, like Ricola Bomb and shit. I fucking love Claudio. So watching Claudio and Robbie go at it was fucking rad. I kind of like, because they taped it weeks in advance.
Yeah,
like you knew that Robbie wasn't gonna win, and that I don't usually mind spoilers. But I would have liked to have had that suspension of disbelief just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks, but the match was fucking A+, like 110.
I thought it was really good.
Extra credit, Robbie.
Yeah, I'm not a big Claudio guy at all. I don't have that kind of connection with him. Like to me, he's Cesaro is how I knew him. So I've never really been a big Claudio guy, but this was one of his matches that I definitely enjoyed a bit more than I normally do.
I loved it. I think like what they're doing right now with Ring of Honor, and it's what I fell in love with Ring of Honor for. It was having a couple of dudes who were, and ladies, of course, who were like, they're stable. And then they would bring in some of the best in the world to fight against their stable. Yeah, you know, back in the day, it was like Punk and Joe and stuff like that. And then you'd have like Kevin Steen and El Generico and stuff. And then so you'd bring in a Kenta Kobashi against Joe.
Yeah.
You know, you'd bring in Motor City Machine Guns against Steen and Generico. You know, like that was what I loved about Ring of Honor. That was what carried me through my teens and early 20s watching Ring of Honor. You know, like I didn't give a shit about WWE back in the day.
Yeah.
Like when I was in my early 20s, like if it wasn't like Eddie Guerrero or Kurt Angle, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So when I really wanted wrestling, I would watch Ring of Honor. I'd go see Ring of Honor shows. My roommate and I, like one of our first shows ever that we went to was like the third or fourth Ring of Honor show in Pennsylvania. And that's what I loved about it. They were like, these are our dudes. They're fucking badass.
Yeah.
These are some of the best in the world coming to fight these badasses. And that's what it felt in my heart.
Yeah.
They were like, our fucking dude is Claudio Castagnoli. And here's fucking one of the best in the world, Robbie Eagles, coming to, you know, cut his teeth against Claudio Castagnoli. Sure. And I fucking loved it. It felt like, I got that feeling a couple of weeks ago when I was at the Rev Pro show, and they have their guy, Robbie X. He's their junior heavyweight champion, their light heavyweight champion. And they brought in Leo Rush to face him.
I remember you saying that.
And I was like, oh shit. That's what it reminded me of so much.
Yeah.
Because it was just like one of the best versus their fucking ace.
Yeah.
God, that was good.
Mm-hmm. Now that's
Bro.
dope. That's dope that they like back him in like that.
Speaking of,
and they've put it on
Rev
him.
Pro.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this. I saw you going crazy, you motherfucker. That's ridiculous.
Internal fucking screaming the second I saw that. I was sitting at my bus stop on the way to work. I open up Twitter, and the very first thing I see, William Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi at the Copper Box in London. Let's
At Rev
go.
Pro. You
At
fucking
Rev Pro. Let's fucking
dog.
go.
I'm so jealous. That's so sick.
Screen capped it, sent it to Donna. I screen capped it. I sent it to Sipsy. I was like, Sipsy, get us a fucking ticket.
Buy the ticket, Sipsy.
The Sipsy's got the fucking hookup. Sipsy's always got money. He's like, I'll get the tickets. You just pay me back.
Oh,
so like
Sipsy.
He got our tickets for Epic Encounter.
Gotta say, what a connection from Super J-Cast, Sipsy. Besides being an absolute lad.
Dude, like
shout out
Sipsy is my fucking homeboy.
Oh,
like we had a double date before the last Rev Pro show. My wife and I went and had a beautiful vegan lunch with his wife and him, his lovely wife. They are a beautiful couple.
Cute.
Great people, the salt of the earth. And Sipsy fucking he loves fucking wrestling, man. If you're like, hey Sipsy, let's go to a fucking wrestling show, he's like fucking on it. Let's go.
Let's get it.
And I love a dude who's always like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Down to fucking clown. Down to
that's
watch.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, shout out Sipsy. What a legend.
What up, Sipsy?
You guys are going to have a great
Joel's
time.
Joel's back by then too. So Joel's moving back to England.
Oh, what, permanently?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it'll actually be Sipsy, myself, and Joel going to the Copper Box.
Fuck. I need to move to England. It sounds like this is where the hotbed. This is where it's all happening.
It's kind of happening. Well, like you've got the Australian scene on lock though, eh?
Trying. So. Exactly. And with my new work schedule, I can now go to things, which is pretty cool because I don't need to get like leave for weekends. I now have every Saturday and Sunday off. Yeah.
Dude, look at us. We're grown-ups.
We're living the life. So first weekends off in 9 years. I'm about it. Yeah. So we've got some shit coming up. When is it? Like Deathmatch Down Under's Dream Tournament will happen later in the year. And we're like, oh shit, we can just like buy tickets and go. Because it's like Saturday afternoon. We can fly out Friday night, Saturday morning, get there, watch it, come back Sunday night. Fucking let's go. Like, I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, it can be cheap depending on the flights and points and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah, you're like everything that I forget how like isolated you actually
Simply
are.
So far away to get there. It's like 5.5 hours by plane.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah. Like I'm used to that. Like living in America, like I used to have to drive like 2 hours to go watch a hockey game and drive home, but like
I can't drive to the other side of the country. I mean, I can. It'll take 2 weeks or some shit.
Yeah. God, it's fucking sucks being in a humongous country.
But if you get like the shittest flight, the shittest time from the shittest airline on that day, you can get like $268 each way. But that's like 2 a.m. on a flight that regularly gets cancelled. So that could potentially work out. Or alternatively, we've got like with credit cards and with points and stuff, we get free flights every year. So we can always potentially use those as well. But better to use the cheap ones when they're available and save the free flights for when you want to go to like something good when there's only expensive flights.
Let's fucking make it happen. All right. You and I in Japan. Let's make it happen.
January next
2024.
January next year.
That might be a little bit too.
Might be a bit too.
Might be a little bit too early.
Might be.
I need to save more money because my immigration's up in October this year, so that's going to be a bit of money. Maybe January 2025.
Yeah.
Wrestle Kingdom 30.
Yeah. I think it would be 30 by then, wouldn't it? What was the last one?
Million. Did I say what fucking year is it? I'm sorry, not 30, 20.
I don't know. What the last one was.
Last one was
with the power of
17?
Guru. Was it? New Japan Wrestle Kingdom.
Here we are, the New Japan podcast. Fucking can't do our
I don't know
shit.
what fucking date it is today. So yeah, it was 17. So it would be 19.
I meant
bro.
to say 20 and I said fucking 30.
Yeah.
Oh, so it'd be 19.
It'd be 19.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to fucking get to Japan like as soon as fucking possible, dude.
You have to do it.
And Dawn is about it. And like hopefully like at the end of so October of this year, I won't have to worry about immigration anymore. So that saves us like fucking 3,000 pounds every 2 years, which is nice.
Really? Do you have to like pay a tax to like live in that country or something?
To like redo my citizenship paperwork, renew my visa, that sort of stuff.
Right. Okay.
But so I had to do that to move here. They gave me 2.5 years. I had to do it again. And the end of that 2.5 years, I just get to stay.
Yeah. Because you're married to a citizen.
Yeah. And I have a job where I make a certain amount of money and stuff like that. So everything should be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's exciting. How good.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Like we're getting into real. This is drop your short stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We're off track. Well, we'll go back in a second. Do you have to like to become the UK citizen? Do you have to like renounce America?
No, I can get a dual citizenship.
They're like burn the flag right here in front of the fucking the Queen or the King now.
Call this a lift instead of an elevator.
Yeah, come to Buckingham Palace and burn your papers and the flag, and then be knighted by the King. Yeah.
Burn the papers.
Burn them. Yeah. And then fucking you get knighted by King Charles. And there you go.
It's going to be so, like, I had a conversation with a dude. He goes,
King Charles.
He's no, it wasn't King Charles.
Oh, that's just
there was a fella, my friend Brad was visiting from America, and Brad says, when's it, you're going to have the Pavlovian response to calling him Prince Charles. What are you going to, like people continue to write in January, they're still writing 2022 instead of 2023,
Sure.
How long is it going to take for you to adjust to calling him King Charles? And the dude goes, that's our fucking king. We will never call him Prince again. I was like, holy shit.
Fucking got real. Make way for the King's Guard. Fucking, they fucking take that shit serious.
Jesus. I guess, like, fucking calm down, dum-dum. Like,
who said that? Just like just another friend.
It was a dude. I think it was a dude who worked at one of the castles here. Because Brad was like visiting and like seeing all the castles.
Oh,
right. It was probably a dude who's like a staunch royalist.
Oh, obviously, yeah. He works in it and shit. And he was just like, and you were like, yo, the intensity.
It was just like, we will never mess that up. We will never Prince Charles again.
And then he just on his little fucking thing, he's like, scramble the King's Guard. And they just fucking arrive with all the halberds and shit. They're like, take this man to the dungeon. He just never leaves the UK.
I don't think he wanted to leave the UK. He was really impressed with the UK.
Which he was almost living in fucking King Charles' dungeon for the rest of his life.
Right.
Also, what a fucking play by fucking Carmilla as well. Going from being the side piece to Queen. They never thought it'd happen. She's like, we in here. Like, she's like, you thought I wasn't going to do it, motherfuckers, but here I am. Like, yeah.
There's an entire season of BBC drama coming for that in like 25 years. Yeah. Oh, man.
She's just like, started from the bottom, now I'm here. She's in the crown and shit, like just fucking getting it. Exactly.
That's like, they're always like, there was like, the Queen says, Elizabeth says that Carmilla can't be queen. She can't be queen. And Charles is like, guess who's king now?
Yeah.
Change the rules.
And she's like, look at me now. Look at me now. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. But yeah, he can do what he wants. Fucking get it. Absolutely. Anyway, this is fucking, we are off track. Let's jump to the next match.
Kings,
your boy.
Absolute fucking kings. My boy Titan. El Immortal beats TJP with the Llave Immortal. The 11 minutes and 12 seconds. This was fucking it, bro.
You loved it?
I loved it. TJP is great.
I think TJP's like so good at wrestling, and I feel like he's on commentary in the next night, and he was really good at like telling those stories and stuff. I feel like in the ring though, and it's probably because he's trying to be like bad boy, emo boy, but there was like a certain amount of, and especially in this match, a certain amount of like emotion and fire that I wasn't getting, and that's probably because it's like his character, and then he's like versing the mask guy who can't show it, but it wasn't all the way clicking for me. Like the stakes of this match, you know, it fell a little bit flat, but maybe I know I'm not as invested in these two. I don't know.
I think they definitely both had another gear that they didn't quite reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
could have also been placement, to be fair, because they were sandwiched between Yo and Robbie Eagles and Despy and Kanemaru. So it may have been like, don't do too much because we need the fucking main to shine after that absolute tour de force by Robbie and co.
Yeah. I really liked it. I mean, like, you know, I'm gonna go to bat for Teton every time. And I think that TJP is just like, he's so good at what he does that he can get he did the heel thing that every dude does when you're playing against him, when you're playing against a mass wrestler. He went straight for the laces.
Yeah.
And like, that was enough. The whole crowd was just like, oh shit. Like that was it. Like I was in.
The disrespecto. Unacceptable.
Disrespecto. But yeah, Teton did not have a good showing in last year's Best of Super Juniors. This year he comes out and he's 1 for 1 in a great match, I thought. So I'm down. Maybe Teton and Hiromu against TJP when they win the titles back. I don't know.
That could be cool. Yeah, I'd like to. Or Teton and Boshi would be maybe more likely.
Teton and Boshi. Yes, they had a pretty good tag team last year, didn't they?
Yeah. And I think even in commentary they referenced him like in his tag team partner Boshi. Like I think they said something like that. You know, so I think they'd probably lean towards that. I would say because Hiromu would be busy.
So then the next match was the semi-main event. Uncle Nobu versus El Desperado. Suzuki Gun explodes, like these two facing off. And like they've faced off before, but this felt a lot different from every time they've ever faced off before, because they are no longer a tag team, no longer faction mates.
But it was still sort of telling that story like the respect, right? Like, because Kanemaru made Despy, you know, when he was nothing, and he teamed with him and taught him everything he knows. And this was the real tale of like, taught you everything you know, but not everything I know. And this motherfucker be tapping him out with a figure 4 leg lock like he's Ric Flair in the NWA. Like, I was like, holy shit, he tapped out to the figure 4.
The first 5 minutes of the match was a headlock match. It was fucking wild.
And it was unbelievable when Kevin Kelly's like, when God created wrestling, he could have stopped with the side headlock. He was like, this is a perfect move. Curtis almost sprayed his drink all over the fucking
silliness. It was fucking silliness.
I was like, that's fucking so funny. I also super enjoyed Chris Charlton singing along to the Just 5 Guys theme at the end. He's like, just 5 guys, just 5 guys. He's like,
Kanemaru Dookie.
Yeah. He was like, Sonata is the champion, then there's still 4 more guys. Had me popping me with that.
Did I miss something? What the fuck is the Onion?
They're talking about the whole time. I don't know. Somebody put it on the desk. He talks more about it on the second thing. I don't know. They were around and it got left on the desk, and so he just put a mic in front of it and turned it into a bit. I think. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I thought that Gino was the only person at the table that could make me cry, is what fucking Josh said. That was a good little thing. I don't get the Onion. I don't fucking.
Yeah, I think you got to listen to it's just them fucking.
They're just popping themselves.
Yeah, exactly. They're just fucking around. Exactly. So I think somebody ribbed them and left it on the table, and then they're just running with it, something like that. But yeah, this match was really good. I thought they were really good together. I liked at the end as well. Like Kanemaru kind of looks at him and he just throws up the thing like, you were this close, and Despy just nods at him like, yeah. Like there's no anger about it. He's like, fucking, I respect this dude, and you know, that's what it is. But I don't.
There was no anger about it, even though Yoshinobu Kanemaru attacked El Desperado from behind, eh?
I mean,
Like,
he knows. Despy was like, I should have seen this fucking coming. Like, why did I turn my back to him? I should have fucking known. And that's Kanemaru going, you knew this was coming. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come
He's
on,
the
grow
heel
up.
master.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I loved it. It was like a real fundamentals type match, but it was super cool.
It was great. And there was still some big spots, like he hit Guitarra de la Angel and stuff like that. So there were still some really big spots. But for the most part, it was a classic wrestling match. And, it showed that even though this is Best of the Super Juniors, you're known for dudes taking dives. You're known for dudes doing, 450s and all sorts of crazy wild shit. These guys went out there and had a headlock fucking knee match.
Yeah.
Like it was wild.
And it's
very,
like,
very cool.
What are the ramifications of that too? Like with Despy, like, is there going to be ongoing complications from that knee? Like, has Kanemaru hampered him for the rest of the contest, or can he shake it off? That sort of thing.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and like Despy taps out, he's clutching his knee, screaming in that desperado way, and I'm just like, he's winning the whole thing.
I kind of knew he wouldn't win this. I was like, they're going to start him on a bit of a fucking, they love to do the guy that's going to do really well is going to take a few L's at the start. He's also so smart with, I love his mask when it's fully enclosed, but when he does those big matches and he wears the one where you can see his mouth and see his expressions, and he's painted the face paint and it's even more expressive is really fucking clever.
Yeah, definitely. I really do love El Desperado.
Same. I love him in a special way. He is the best. Absolutely.
Okay. So great story in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Great old school style work. And then we get to the main event of the free show. And this came out 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Speedball Mike Bailey beats Hiromu Takahashi with the Ultima Weapon. This match fucked. So shorts.
Kicks were crazy.
So shorts.
Like fucking, there's a couple of points where Hiromu tries to kick him and you're like, bitch, what are you doing? Why are you fucking around here trying to get him with a super kick? He just tears him.
You just brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, exactly. Bro. Just fucking spin kicks him in the head and shit. It's like, like my Bailey's so legit. Fucking, it's ridiculous.
He's so great. He reminds me so much of like, so there's been like martial arts themed wrestlers forever.
Yeah.
But he reminds me of like a young, like Rob Van Dam.
Young Steve Blackman. No, just
Steve Blackman. No, but like, dude, like he's just all mullet, big smiles, all like kick you in the fucking face and just do it like baby faced assassin. I will literally knock body parts off of you with my kicks, and I love it.
Just
I love
like
it so fucking
chest
much,
blows and kicks and like thrust kicks and stuff. It's just so forceful. Like it was really cool. And he just seems so like genuinely fucking stoked to be there. And like you see those, like we were talking about earlier, the flashes, right? Like where he wants to like shake Hiromu's hand, super respects him, and Hiromu's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. And then he goes to like, pull away, and then Hiromu tries to get him, and then you see that flash on his face, like, you motherfucker. Like he's like, now you're gonna get it. Now I'm gonna kick the shit out of you
in the teeth.
Yeah, exactly. I really dug it. Shit. And like I said, first real speedball match that I've been invested in and really like paid attention to and watched it, and I really liked it. I was like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's. They could not have picked maybe a better main event for a free show to kick off the tournament, to like maybe hook a couple extra people.
Yeah.
If you do not subscribe to NJPW World, watch this fucking show. Watch this match. This show was great from top to bottom. I don't think there was a bad match. I think this was absolute shorts.
Yeah.
Can you give me a shorts or pants for night 2? Like not rundown, but like the card as a whole.
Oh, I would still say it's shorts. Maybe not as good as this one, only because a couple of the matchups, like sometimes a bit stale for me, but also please remember I was watching it completely exhausted, trying to keep my life awake. I will probably maybe even rewatch like Waito and Yo, like the main event, because I was like, oh, I was kind of nothing about it. But I was like, was I also asleep briefly in that match? I can't tell you. So that's where I am with it. You know what I mean? So, but there was definitely some big highlights on there, some real good character stuff, some real fun matchups. And not every one of them can be super fight. Like when you headline with a match like Waito and Yo, you're playing with fire a little bit. You know what I mean? There is the potential for that to go really right or really wrong. And so, as I say, I feel like it was a little bit flat for me, but I was so exhausted on a couple of hours sleep trying to watch it. So I need to go back and rewatch it because I might be completely misreading it. You know, there might be whole sections of the match I was actually asleep for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
So shorts.
I would say shorts, just on the tournament.
Shorts.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll go back, but there was definitely some short moments on it.
Okay. Cool. Right on. I can't wait to watch that this morning when I wake up, because that's why I did all my chores and shit yesterday, so I knew that like Sunday.
What are you going to do since your Fire Stick isn't working? How are you going to watch it?
I just unplugged it and stuff like that. I'm just going to plug it back in tomorrow, and hopefully it'll reset itself.
Exactly.
I've got another Fire Stick upstairs in the upstairs bedroom. I just don't like to sit on the bed and watch TV.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like I always fall asleep.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I can relate.
But yeah, yes, I bet you can. At this point, the Best of Super Juniors is off to a fucking fantastic start. I'm amped for how this is going to play out. So here's the thing. We said that there's going to be a semifinals, right? 2 people from A block, 2 people from B block.
Which I love.
Here's the thing.
I absolutely love that.
It's not going to be the people from A block against each other. It's going to be the top person from A block versus the bottom person or the second person from B block, and vice versa.
Exactly.
Which means the final, we could have 2 people from A block or 2 people from B block in the final.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
If is there a block that you'd prefer to see an all A block final or an all B block final? Are there 2 people that you would like to see?
I think so. But so let's look at this again, because we didn't do that when we did the best case, worst case. We were just like,
we didn't
best, A, best B. So let me pose it to you, because I normally do them, and maybe I still will. But if you could give me your best case, worst case on this scenario. So I want to hear,
let me look at the blocks. I'm going to vamp for a second so I can pull up the actual blocks.
I will
so I can see them together.
Yeah, exactly. Have a look at them. But what I'm asking Curtis to do, for anybody that doesn't know the premise of this, what we normally do, rather than do tipping, we do best case, worst case. So we imagine our nightmare scenario and then our most positive scenario. So Curtis is having a look now, and he's going to be looking at what his worst case finalists from B block and A block would be, and his best case finalists, and then they swap. So it will be the number 1 seed from B versus the number 2 seed from A, and the number 1 seed from A versus the number 2 seed from B. So you could potentially see a all B or all A final, whereas we were like, so for instance, last week I was like, man, my 2 favorite guys are in the same block. Robbie Eagles and El Desperado in the same block. There's no, only one of them can get through into the final. And I was gutted about it, and it tore me to pieces. Now there's a scenario where, say, Robbie finishes first, Despy finishes second. They then swap over, and then you could have, say, Desperado beat somebody from B block, and then you've got a final that's actually Robbie versus Desperado again for a second time in the tournament to decide who's the actual winner of the Best of Super Juniors. And that's so fucking hot if they do it.
So I've got the blocks here in front of me.
Okay.
Going worst case scenario for an all for my 4. Worst case scenario for me would be probably Taguchi,
You
Kushida
clean your fucking
in A
mouth
block.
out talking about Taguchi like that.
Yeah, Donna doesn't listen to this, or else she fucking
says
come
Donna
and
from
slap me
upstairs.
while
That was
sleeping.
her saying that. You just hear it like this. You shut your fucking mouth.
Curtis, don't be talking about Taguchi like that.
like that. I forgot how to control it.
Yes, my love. Yes, my love. My darling. I'm very sorry.
Curtis, don't be talking. She's just on the megaphone from upstairs.
Oh,
Okay.
She sends one of the dogs after me.
Yeah, sorry. It's a novelty using the voice effects. I'm very sorry.
I love it. I think it's great.
Please
I'm into
continue.
it. I would say for me, the worst case scenario would be Kushida versus House of Torture show would be a worst case scenario for A block, double A block.
Okay.
Because Kushida, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
House of Torture show.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I would take that over Taguchi because imagine a fired up Taguchi actually getting to the finals. It'd probably be fucking dope. I could guarantee you we'd be about it.
I'm going to say worst case scenario, double B block. Yo and Bushi. Like,
Yeah. I would
Yo, he's better, but he's still I prefer everyone in this block over Yo.
That is fair.
I mean, he's better, but like him and Bushi are the bottom of the block for me.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, double A block. This is tough. This is so fucking tough.
Yeah,
dude.
see, every time we do this, you make me do it, and it's always like me getting my heart torn out and trying to decide it. And you're like, just tell me.
That's why.
Yeah, and then now
B-block's
I
gonna be even
fucking
tougher.
turned it on you. I've turned it.
Double A block. Best case scenario for me, Teton versus Mike Bailey.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. B block best case scenario is fucking tough. Oh my god. I want to see El Desperado win it.
Mhm.
I want to see Robbie Eagles win it. I want to see Clark who makes some fucking noise. And I want Dan Maloney to fucking just go undefeated and kill everybody. I want Kevin Knight to fucking make some noise. God damn it. How do you do this? Why do I make you do this?
Because you're a mean friend. puts me through my worst fucking time. It's heart wrenching.
I'm gonna say best case scenario for me. Can I do 2 best case scenarios?
No.
Yeah.
Nah. You gotta pick one.
Yes.
This is how it works. Welcome to the real
Best
world,
case scenario
jackass.
for me. Welcome to the real world, jackass. Robbie Eagles versus Clark Connors.
Whoa. Okay. Wow.
I didn't say Despy.
Oh, I know. But hang on, wait. Aren't they in the same block? So
They are. If they double B block, so they'd be finishing 1 and 2.
So they'd be fishing 1, 2, and then they'd be versing your best case from the other side.
Yes.
So who is 1 and who is 2? Let's do it that way. So we get kind of lost here in all the numbers. So let's rewind
Robbie
a little bit.
finishes 1.
Let's do your worst. Okay, so who were your 1 and 2 in B?
Kushida and Sho.
Okay, and then
I'm sorry, in A. That's A.
In A, okay,
Worst
and
case
is
scenario.
Kushida 1 and Yo is 2?
It's Kushida and Sho. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then who is your worst case in B?
Yo and Bushi. 1 and
Okay,
2.
so you're talking Kushida versus Bushi and fucking Yo versus Sho.
Yo and Sho.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. I can't believe you put that fucking bad juju out in the world. Oh, there's such a chance it could happen. God, this is when it gets fucking tough. Okay, and then worst case scenario, who wins in those matchups? So Kushida versus Bushi, who wins worst case?
Worst case would have to be Kushida.
Yeah, okay. And then worst case out of Sho and Yo, who wins? We both know the answer to this.
Yo.
Yeah. So then the final to win the best of the Super Juniors, worst case scenario, Kushida or Yo.
Kushida or Yo. Worst case for me would be Yo.
Yeah. Gross. I fucking, like I said, I'm a little bit interested in this new attitude, but not interested enough to see him win the fucking thing.
Nope.
No.
And it's like Sonata.
It is.
It's like Sonata winning the fucking New Japan
on the fucking bright side, at least he could put the trophy in one of 100 pocket options on his jacket. Carry it out very easily.
Easily. He could have a whole bag made of pockets.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's terrible, and I hate you for putting it in the world. Let's focus on best case scenario. So your best case in A block was 1 and 2?
Teton and Speedball Mike Bailey.
Okay. And then worst case, sorry.
Actually, it'd probably be Bailey number 1.
I was about to say, isn't Teton in B? Or no, he's in A.
No, Teton's in A.
Okay. So, Bailey is your number 1, Teton's your number 2. And then in B block, who's your 1 and 2?
Number 1 is Clark.
What?
Clarku, and number 2 is Robbie.
Clark over Robbie?
No. Here's the reason. Because then the matches that we get are Clark versus Mike Bailey.
Aha. I see what you're
Robbie versus Teton.
Okay, yeah.
And then I feast.
And then you feast, okay. And then who wins those? So Bailey versus Clarku, who wins?
Bailey shows a dark side and beats Clarku.
Ooh,
I think.
Okay.
And then Robbie overcomes Teton, and then we get Robbie versus Bailey for the final.
That's hot. And then who wins?
Robbie. Robbie's my official pick for the entire tournament, 100%.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Robbie over Bailey, but once Robbie wins the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title again, Bailey comes out and challenges him because there were shenanigans in the match at some point, maybe Bullet Club shit. I don't know. From for Clark being angry at Bailey, I don't know, but Bailey almost beats Robbie, and then Robbie wins officially, and then God, who would be his first challenger? And in this case, his first challenger would be El Desperado once he wins it, and we'll have Desperado versus Robbie Eagles versus Mike Bailey and Master Watto.
Oh, what, you're doing another Fatal 4?
Just another Fatal 4-way. I don't know. I'm just going.
He's just let it fly. But either way, your best case scenario, Robbie Eagles. Your worst case scenario, Yo.
Yes.
There you go. What picks? I couldn't agree more. I think they're awesome. When we did it last week, my heart was torn between El Desperado and Robbie. So I'm glad that you chose for me.
And the thing is, in the end, we could see a final of El Desperado and Robbie.
See, that was the scenario while I was vamping. That would probably be my best case scenario, where they finish 1 and 2, maybe Despy or Robbie then defeats Hiromu over, over the other side. And then, that's hot. That could be really cool. And then they essentially end up versing each other. That's what I would want. Imagine the final ends up being Robbie and Despy, but for the second time in the tournament. That'd be so good.
You know what might be a best case scenario? Despy winning. And then instead of challenging for the belt, Despy says, I've done everything I can in this division. I'm going up to heavyweight.
Just pieces out with the trophy.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Do what you want.
I've won tag team belts. I've won the heavyweight belt. I've won BOSJ. I'm fucking out piece.
I don't give a fuck about Hiromu. I already whooped that trick like within an inch of his life at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't even want that piece of shit. I'm done. I'll kill you.
I'm coming for you, Sonata.
I love it. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. Okay. No, that is hot.
Final thoughts on BOSJ 30. Final thoughts on the opening of the tournament. Final thoughts on where everything's going. How you feeling? You jazzed?
I'm jazzed. I love all the New Japan tournaments. There's so much fucking Best of the Super Juniors to watch. I like this layout where you just get like 10 matches in a show and they're just
they didn't even have a fucking intermission.
Yeah, it was just all fucking bangers the whole time. My only fear is like, how do I ever keep up with it? Like, what a schedule for these guys, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it's like there's one today, then there's one Tuesday, one Wednesday, one Thursday, one Friday, then it's Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Like, these dudes are just going. But then is that the end of it? And then Dominion happens.
Yeah, there's only 9 matches. Then you get their semifinals and finals. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they've just really condensed it down. What an absolute murder fucking schedule. Yeah, so
normally this is like a month long tournament, and they're like, nah, fuck that. We're going to do the whole thing in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, like the finals 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
It's the 28th.
We'll be recording the night of the next time we record will be the day before the finals.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we should try and push that just slightly and record after the final.
I'm into it, man.
Or do you want to record maybe we do our thoughts in the morning, like just at what we think's going to happen or something, and then maybe touch
and then
base.
Do live reactions after?
Do a live reaction kind of thing, yeah. But dude,
I'm into that.
The physical toll on these dudes, man. Holy fuck. I know it's a grueling tournament, but Jesus. And these aren't like phone it in matches either.
No. But I think that's why they're doing it little, like they're not doing 30 minutes. Even the main event there was like 17 minutes long.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 30-minute New Japan.
Yeah. They're just condensed into the thing, to the point. And then June 4th, fucking What Up Dominion. It's here.
Yeah.
And that's already stacked as fuck. Look at this. We've got IWGP Tag Team Championship 3-way match. Fucking Aussie Open versus Bishamon versus House of Torture. You've got the Never Open Weight, fucking Finlay versus Phantasmo. And you've got the world title, Sonata versus Yoda Tsuji. Like, they're already 3 fucking banger matches. And then you'll have, like, whatever the fallout is from this tournament. Like, you'll have a junior tag defense for sure.
Yep.
Yep. Oh,
you might get like a 3-way junior tag defense to really light that fucking crowd right away.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well, without doing too much spoiling, they've already racked up a couple of challenges. So
I think you've got I think that's going to be where Kenny faces somebody for the U.S. title.
What, at Dominion?
Tanahashi. Yeah, I think
because they're doing that like mini tournament or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a Resurgence like or that other thing that's happening?
No, it's at All. I think the finals of that are at All In, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
When's All In?
Oh, maybe it's not. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I bet you there's going to be a Kenny title defense at Dominion.
Yeah.
So lately there's been a lot of upheaval inside the factions. There's been a lot of things changing, and we've talked about this a lot, like where the factions really align and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is I know a lot of people have seen the YouTube ranking videos, and we're going to do one of those
YouTube
today.
Ranking videos.
Yeah, you've never seen those with like the ranking systems. There's like the S tier, A, B, C, and F. A, B, C, D, and F. that sort of thing?
No, but sure, I'll play.
Never seen? Okay.
I probably have, but it's not clicking. Right
Yeah.
now.
So we're gonna figure out what is the best and what is the worst factions in New Japan today.
Okay.
And we're going to start with, and it's every faction, every possible faction represented in New Japan.
Okay.
So you can either rank them A, B, C, or F.
Okay.
Okay.
Easy.
And then, yeah, easy peasy. So we're going to start from the bottom, basically. Stray Dog Army.
Okay. I would say
we're looking at Bateman, Mysterioso, those guys. Barrett Brown.
I don't watch heaps of that stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and give them D. Not an F because I don't hate them, but they're not really a factor.
Yeah, that's fair. So we'll put Stray Dog Army there. Okay, next up, LA Dojo. LA Dojo just lost their team captain.
Yeah.
And, they've still got people like Gabe. They've got Alex Coughlin, led by Shibata, but
they're not really a factor at the moment. They've lost all their members, like the DJ was gone, Kevin Knight has graduated, Clarko's gone, the Android in DKC, though, I mean, they're not really Young Lions anymore, and when LA Dojo is a faction, it's really Young Lions. So is it even going to be a thing anymore?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm going to give it an F because I don't think it exists. And plus, it's a Young Lion faction. Okay. It doesn't really count. That's like rating the standard Young Lions. So. But I do think it had very good members that are all going to be great parts of New Japan going forward.
Next up, Team Filthy. Okay. So you got Tom Lawler, West Coast Wrecking Crew, those guys. What do you got?
Like B. I wish there was more of Team Filthy. They were like so good when they were in Japan. So I would love to see more of them.
I want West Coast Wrecking Crew in the fucking World Tag League so goddamn bad.
Yeah, exactly. And I want Tom Lawler in there regularly. He was so good in G1. Like, yeah.
He really was.
Yeah, exactly. I want more of them. I want them in the real roster.
How about House of Torture?
C, which is probably higher than some people would mark them, but I actually think they're sort of pretty integral to how things work, and like matches like what Mark Davis had against Evil, things like that can only happen because they exist. You need those bad guys. So say what you want about the work rate of its members and things like that. I would, maybe I should actually give them more than that. No, I have to give them C just because of the quality of like the wrestling out of them, but I do think they're very integral.
Okay. How about Chaos? Right now it's Okada, possibly, maybe. Is he even still a member of Chaos? You've got Bishamon and
Ishii.
Yo and Leo Rush.
Yeah. And Ishii's pissed off at Okada because he's like fucking moonlighting with Tanahashi. Fucking D. Like I think we're looking at like a Chaos story starting to happen, but we're not there yet. So, cool. I think it's got potential to be pretty cool if we start to see like a darker Chaos, more cuntiness from Okada, from Yo, from Leo. Maybe they boot Ishii and shit and do something that I think it could be pretty cool. But I mean, Chaos have been nothing but a towel for a long time.
How about just 5 guys? You already die. Just 5 guys.
They're on their way to A tier, but they're not quite there yet because they've got an absolutely ridiculous name. I still feel like it's not cool at all. But the song was helping. Chris Charlton singing that song was actually helping. But fuck. Like
current world heavyweight champion and the king of pro wrestling.
Fuck, they're A tier. You got to say it. Kanemaru's been killed. Yeah, I guess you got to give them an A just by the elevation of that faction so quickly. Like, I guess they've got to be A tier. That's kind of crazy, but yeah. Fuck, I guess they're an A tier faction. Yet.
A tier, and then we'll decide S tier.
What's S tier?
Superstar tier.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that after then. But I would give them an A tier for now. The elevation of that faction has been very well done.
How about the mighty Don't Kneel? TMDK.
A tier. I think they're. I mean, again, just forming, just getting their foot. Oh, A tier in my heart, but maybe B tier in the reality of the promotion, because they're still growing and stuff like that. I guess you can't really put them on an A tier level just yet, but fuck, they're awesome.
Okay.
What do you think?
How about?
Do you think?
No. This is.
Is it in my heart or is it like in the booking and stuff?
Robbie's like a fucking
A tier.
House on fire right
A tier.
now.
Zack Sabre Jr. TMDK was so good against. Yeah. Fuck it. A tier. A tier in my heart.
They've got my favorite. They've got my favorite young lion.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. A tier in your heart. Okay. How about Hantai, New Japan Army?
Fucking F. I don't know. Like D. Maybe D because they're going to have El Phantasmo, it looks like. But I don't terribly care about Hantai. I never really have.
Fair enough. Yeah. Bullet Club, current Bullet Club, Davy Chan Bullet Club, all savages, all the time Bullet Club.
I mean, it's two guys at the moment. Just two guys. Just two guys. Yeah.
No, you've got
Kenta.
Finley, you've got Clarku, you've got Bone Soldier, you've got Kenta.
If it was me rating all the members of the current Bullet Club together, I would give it a C. If I'm rating just Finlay and Clarku, I'd give it a B.
Well, they're the ones that are kind of being pushed right now.
Yeah,
so.
I would give it a B.
How much do you?
Yeah, a B for Bullet Club with the intention of it continuing to climb. I think the track they're on right now is really good, but they're not there. It's still in developmental status. So B for Bullet Club. Mm-hmm.
How about United Empire?
A tier.
A tier.
Yeah.
And finally, Los Ingobernables de Japón. They've just had a big return with a young lion in Yoda Tsuji, who made a huge mark. We were all very excited about that. Yoda motherfucking Tsuji.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Los Ingobernables de Japón currently?
I was a little flat on LIJ, but I'm interested to see where it's going to go with this new stuff. And I mean, you've got Shingo in there. I'd give him like a B+. Virgie got A. Tsuji's yet to be proven. So, but yeah. So again, so you're gonna put him high in, B. Put him in.
There's no B+ tier.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna give him an A, just because they're always in the conversation. You know what I mean? They're LIJ. They're an A tier faction.
Okay, and finally, there are 4 factions currently in the A tier. Only one of them is going to go into S tier. Who's the best of the best? United Empire, TMDK, LIJ, or just 5 guys?
You already die.
Already die. So what? We're gonna change airfare.
Fuck. Oh.
It's got to be the Empire, right?
It's got to be Empire, just because it's the best, most rounded out faction right now. Like, so many members, squads on point, imagery's on point.
Let's do it this way.
Actions on point.
We've got 4 in a row here. LIJ was the last one added. Is LIJ better than United Empire?
Yeah.
Is United Empire better than TMDK? As far as
yes, but only because
right
it's
now
fully
in their-
formed. Like TMDK feels like it's still building. You know what I mean? Whereas like United Empire seems fully realized.
Yes. And is United Empire better than just Five Guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yes, it is. United Empire goes S tier.
Which is crazy because when they
Okay.
first formed, I did not care at all. Like I was like,
Really?
I
loved
was
it.
well, I was kind of like, I don't know about this kind of thing. Like, and remember back to that first logo shirt and shit. It wasn't what it is. You know what I mean? A crown had never been thrown up. You know what I'm saying? They've come a long way, and it's cool
So
to
it
see
goes-
it fucking pan out.
It goes as such. F tier, LA Dojo. D tier, Stray Dog Army, just because where the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Chaos and Hantai. C tier, House of Torture. B tier, Team Filthy and Bullet Club. A tier, Just Five Guys, TMDK, Los Ingobernables de Japón, and Superstar tier, United Empire. That's the current rankings for everything going on in New Japan. Oh, did we forget Strong Style? Where does Strong Style go in there?
Are
Is that a
Strong
faction?
Style a faction or are they just a team? Like, and they're not even champs anymore. So do they even still exist?
Yeah. Are they? They're not officially Hantai at that point, though, either, are they?
Yeah. Okay. Well, if Strong Style are a faction, I would give them a B just because I love every member. But they're not really
Yes.
a fully formed faction either.
Not yet, but they could be.
I would love them to be.
Okay.
If you could draft another member to round out Strong Style, who would you put in it?
Ooh, Gabe Kid.
Okay. Even though they're like hinting at the Bullet Club stuff, you would have him instead join Strong
they were-
Style.
They were hinting at Robbie for United Empire.
Well, this is true. It's a swerve, brother.
Swerve, brother.
All right.
You know what else? Is it? Okay. If I could draft anyone to my team, you know who I would draft?
Who?
NordVPN.
Yeah.
That's who I would draft.
Fuck yeah. Me too. They're already drafted.
Yeah.
I want to we were drafted to their team and we're happy about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because NordVPN is the leader in your internet security, virtual private networks. And what they do is they help keep all of your information safe and secure. And there's nothing like being safe and secure, in your information at home.
I want my security
you do-
strong. Like Strong
Like
Style.
That's right. You go in there and you turn on the NordVPN. It keeps all of your information secure by making sure that no one can hack into your networks. And it supercharges all your streaming services. Everybody's got 150 streaming services now. Wouldn't it be great to get every bit of money that you can out of those streaming services?
It would be good. And that's what I want.
You know-
And you know what? I didn't tell you this, but I've actually got a very important guest that I've had waiting on the line for this entire time who was waiting for just this moment to speak.
What?
It's
Hello, caller.
NordVPN himself. Hang on one moment.
Hello, it is I, NordVPN. I'm here to save your
NordVPN?
minds and ease, that you are safe within my robotic grasp.
NordVPN, I understand that you're offering me an exclusive deal to offer to the listeners of Okada Shorts.
That is absolutely correct, Curtis.
Oh, wow. And so the deal that you're authorizing me to offer is an exclusive NordVPN deal in which people would go to nordvpn.com/what?
Short.
And they get a huge discount off their NordVPN plan plus one additional month for free, which is completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
That is absolutely correct. A robot bodyguard that lives within your computer and phone to protect you from the live, real, hacking threats. Protect yourself, protect your family, NordVPN, the only choice. NordVPN.com/shorts, NordVPN.com/short, NordVPN.com/shorts, NordVPN.com/short.
Okay, there, Nordbot. All right, we're just going to let him go. I think he got stuck on a loop there, but NordVPN.com/shorts.
NordVPN.com/shorts.
There we go. What a guest. What a guest. That's our highest
What a
profile guest today. NordVPN, it's robot. NordVPN itself,
robot.
sentiently through our computers. Amazing. Fuck. I, for one, am shocked by that, but and I teed it up. I can't believe that. I've been getting interviews for quite some time, but that's the best one. God, this has gone off the rails real fast.
It's 3:54 a.m.
I know. This is fucking over. We need to wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening. Curtis and I are on the verge of exhaustion. He needs to go to sleep. I need to go clean my house and then try and sneak a nap when my wife isn't looking, and then go back to work the next day. So, Curtis, I want to thank you for your time. This has been super fun. I will send through this stuff so you can edit it because I can't be fucked. When you wake up tomorrow, I'm just letting Curtis know about this right now, and we will speak to all lovely people later.
Ryan fucking edit it.
Yeah, what the fuck's Ryan doing? Well, he'll get Mikey.
That's what he's
to
there
edit
for.
It. Count Out Network.
Mikey.
Yeah, exactly. Get Mikey to edit it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd do it to him.
Basically,
tell him where to find the Count Out Network.
Yeah, you can find the Count Out Network on Patreon, which is where you hear our exclusive Patreon-only content, Drop Your Shorts. We had a lovely speech on there about our dream wrestling scenarios. That was fun. I really like that. I would like to hear more of that on Faces and Feels, by the way. So if you want to hear where I would put my favorite wrestling or my dream wrestling match, and you want to hear where Rafe would put his, which is awesome, a really weird choice, but I loved it. You go to patreon.com/countoutpod. You can find Countoutpod and or it's patreon.com/countout. Sorry, not Countoutpod.
And our last episode of Drop Your Shorts is up at a discount at the moment. So if you want to hear all about my wrestling adventures in Japan, we did a big episode a fortnight ago when I got back where I talked about all the other promotions I saw, Big Japan, Freedoms, DDT, things like that, and just my general travels. So yeah, thanks for checking in. Check out Drop Your Shorts. Support Okada Shorts. Support Throwing Dice Pod with Curtis. Support Faces and Feels. Rate and subscribe. Listen or die. Peace out.
Keep it right. Keep it tight.
Keep it what?
Shorts.
Okada Shorts.